I used to think AI in the terminal was kind of meaningless. Boy, was I wrong. When does my wildcard cert TLS certificate expire? Watch this. So the AI
But you know something is loading correctly if most of the computer's assets are being used in synchronization. At this stage, it's safe to say that there was a bad bug lurking around.
So you just mentioned that you want to learn Python. So do not learn Python in manual way in 2025 because learning Python in manual way will take you like 6 months of your time. On top of that, you'll
Mine? Well, it took them forever to just get into the game. I'm still waiting to get in the game. Anytime now. After logging in 7 years later, the programmer Toast realized it was just as slow as it was on release date. So doing what any normal gamer would do, they took matters into their own hands. Yep, still loading. Gamers are always finding ways to break things. They even made it a competition. Some gamers were able to mod the game to avoid the initial game logos and Rockstar logos. Even though that helped, that wasn't the part that bothered me the most. It was almost always the dreaded screen where you had to be booted into GTA Online after the story mode. Toast timed 6 minutes to boot up GTA Online. You can get a degree by the time that booted up. This was very common too, as most players were waiting between 3 to 15 minutes, while some people had to wait up to 15 minutes. I would start cleaning my house if I knew I had to wait that long. We can attribute a lot of things to this type of load time, like computer hardware, networking, how much swag your GTA character has. If your computer is a toaster, let's be real, it's gonna take time to load up intense things. However, Toast was noticing it took 6 times longer to load up online versus the story mode. Of course, this waves some red flags. Again, GTA Online uses almost all of the assets from the story mode, which is already loaded in anyway. What would cause it to be 6 times longer to load? Now, if only there was some sort of insanely scientific computing platform that you could see when all of these events were triggered at some... Oh, the task manager. Who would have thought? Opening up the CPU panel, Toast ran Grand Theft Auto 5 and monitored the results. What they noticed was that during the first minute, it was easy to see what was being used to load in the story mode stuff. However, after that, it was 4 minutes of maxing out a single core and doing nothing else. It's like the CPU was on fire. Since the graphics card, disk, and network was basically zero, this was setting off some massive red flags. And the kind of red flags that go off when there's bad code in the area. I get the same feeling whenever I look at some of my code. It's worth noting that when you load up a game, a lot of different things are happening. First, your computer could be using your graphics card to render the items easily. Since this is an online game, it could be making lots of network requests to Rockstar servers to get your awesome collectibles. Not every loading screen is the same, but you know something is loading correctly if most of the computer's assets are being used in synchronization. At this stage, it's safe to say that there was a bad bug
You thought C++ was just C with classes?
Subscribers. These 6 interface was my first project here on the channel, and that's where it all started. This project net with Python, but it is a nice option for those who want to use and improve. Custom widgets, where I created the left menu, toggle box, messages, and tooltips. This project can be downloaded for free and used for studies and commercial projects. Study project where I tried to recreate the Discord interface with Creator. Modern GUI. This was the second most complex project here on the channel. This project took several weeks of development and was also made possible only thanks to Patreon supporters. This project now has more than 480 stars on GitHub and more than 200,000 views on YouTube. This was a project that went viral, and I'm very happy that a lot of people around the world liked the idea. This project has a modern interface and the possibility to create various themes. This interface can be used freely, both for personal projects and commercial projects. Sixth and last project. Py1Dark Modern GUI. This was undoubtedly the most time-consuming and complex project to be developed. This project was completely created based on custom widgets, which gave us the possibility to integrate custom widgets to project themes. This project has included numerous modern custom widgets that you can use in your commercial and non-commercial projects. It took almost 2 months of development on this project, working a few hours every day, which was also only possible thanks to Patreon supporters. And those are all projects. Thanks to the 15,000 channel subscribers and all the Patreon supporters who helped the entire community with their support here on the channel. New projects coming soon. See you in the next video. Created based on custom widgets which gave